Hey guys, never trading cards. Right before we get started, I'm just trying to push this out as soon as I can because I wanted to get my thoughts out there. And unfortunately, the video I had made had got corrupted, so sadly, it's just going to be the audio with some game footage of Stride to Victory that I recently just got running on my computer, run on top of it, and hopefully I'll actually get this upload on the same day that the first episode got streamed. If not, it'll be the next day. But I'm trying to get this out as soon as possible. So yeah, let's get started. Hey there guys, Nervous Trading Cards, and today we're going to be talking about that very first episode of Overdress. That good stuff, but for anyone that might be trying to watch it, unless you are watching this on April 1st or after, you actually won't be able to watch it officially unless you're watching an illegal re-upload, because it was actually just a premiere preview stream essentially of the first episode. So on April 1st we'll get the first episode again, just properly officially, so don't worry. The episode will be coming back. You just won't be able to view it till April 1st. Now, with that disclaimer get out of the way, let's get into the actual discussion by talking about the very obvious, and that is the visuals. Because, damn, the visuals look freaking good in this. Like, of course, like this is no like Bones or Madhouse at its tops by any means. But for a product placement anime, especially that 1 minute sequence of pure Sakuga, which I never thought I would hear the word Vanguard and Sakuga in the same sense ever. Yes, we have the Neon Messiah anime, but that was just, a one-off thing, and I don't really count that. But as far as like an actual episode, now of course this isn't going to probably be commonplace with that really big fight scene. I imagine we'll only get like one or two more within this planned 25 episodes if we get anything like that. But of course, that being said, if they're willing to do that, then I'm not going to complain. And of course, with nice, clean, crisp clamp designs, everything looks very nice in this anime, and I can't wait till watch more of it. This is very much making up for all the shitty animation that V series and also GZ had, because GZ looked like it was freaking me. I'm not even gonna go there. But moving on past the visuals, I guess we can start talking about the music. The music was actually pretty good. It was very much pronounced, very much defined, and even though I can't remember all of the sound, like all of the music in my head, at least had that general rhythm of a lot of songs, especially the song that played during the fight scene towards the end of the episode. And, as long as it keeps doing that, the music's very much suffice. I like it so far. No tracks really blow me away, but I very much enjoyed all of it, and that's all it really needs to do. I'm a very, very easy guy to satisfy. I do not need top tier stuff. I will criticize it, regardless, but I don't need the top tier quality. But for product placement anime, it was pretty good so far. And I think you'll notice that's going to be a very much trend in this discussion is product placement anime. Now, of course, the fact that they're doing a 13 episode or 12 to 13 episode core essentially, and then they'll take a 3-month break and then come back. Now, we've yet to see if they're going to keep doing this cycle. I hope they do, because that's perfectly fine. It basically keeps it in a semi-serialized fashion to where we're going to be getting it every week essentially, but instead we're basically getting it half the time. But if it means better animation, better production overall between music and everything, I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. And music was great. The voice actors did a really, really great job. I honestly didn't expect, like, these are very, very good voice actors that they got, and for the Japanese, and I don't even usually like really compliment Japanese voice acting a whole bunch, because while it's good, a lot of modern Japanese voice acting to me kind of just all blends together, but this was actually pretty good and pretty well pronounced, and I very much enjoyed it. But moving on, I guess before we get out of the audio section, let's talk about that God tier OP, because Paul, I think that this isn't my favorite, song-wise for Vanguard's opening, but visually, absolutely my favorite one visually. I don't think Vanguard's ever quite been able to achieve that truly like thematic visuals of not basically being like, hey, here's the story this season, but actually trying to be like that vague, like, can you guess what's going to happen? Like, we're basically telling you the themes of becoming oneself, of eventually growing into the person that you wanted to be and your true self and everything. Because the fact that it starts off with this very unfinished, undefined I that then is warping in and out of existence and then transitions into a card that's doing the same thing, and then only to be matched at the end of the OP with everyone's faces clearly defined, and then it's switching between them and their avatar's eye, just staring into each other, flip-flopping back and forth between all the characters, was just really great. And the fact that Yu actually doesn't come before Trickstar is actually very much cool. That means that he hasn't achieved that place that everyone else has, but of course everyone else still has much farther to go, and I'm really excited to see what's in the future. That OP alone gets me excited and hopeful for everything in the future. Is the way that OP was structured. Admittedly, I do feel like half of it was a little too like stereotypical, like, oh, I'm depressed, I'm lost, but you know, it was fine. It did everything it needed to, and I'm just super happy overall. I literally can't complain. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of what truly matters: the story and the characters. And since there's a lot of characters, and they wanted to include all of them and show off a fight, we ended up getting more setup and small character moments than anything. And because of that, the story's a little non-existent so far, but the idea of where the story might go is very much there. Why do these people meet up at this amusement park at night? Some people were saying that they are delinquents. Obviously, that might be a bit true, but where are we going with that? Why were things super violent at first just for them not to be? And, you know, on and on. While this is a good strategy at first, if you don't get people hooked within the first few episodes afterwards, you might end up losing some people. But of course, this is very much saved by the characters themselves, because geez, are the characters super well written so far. This single first episode of this Cardfight anime did what most anime fail to do at all in their first episodes, and that's to show off every character, give us a bit of their personality, and even if you do not remember their names, you can visually remember them and know what their personality is, know where they are placed within like the hierarchy of the other characters, and figure out why these people are so friends and why they're rivals or whatnot within all their relations to each other, and absolutely believe it with no issue. And this completely does that. I know what every single character's personality is straight from the get-go, at least a general idea of that, and that's amazing. I'm super invested already, and my expectations were higher, like just generally, because I was like, all right, in good faith, my expectations are going to be a bit higher, but you know, I'm definitely not blown. I'm not blown away. You know, I may sound super excited. It's just because this is what, you know, these product placement animes could be. This very much is, and very much how, I'm just going to compare this to My Hero. I'm not trying to say there's actual similarities in the story or anything, but My Hero kind of revolutionized the modern shonen, and even if you don't like My Hero, you can't, you know, deny that. And I'm really hoping that this will actually be between how the physical card game itself is being handled, how the promotion is being, the community side, at least in Japan, you know, and how the anime is being structured will hopefully be the start of a new era of making everyone better, because I want everyone, including the competition, to be better, because if everyone's better, that means I'm getting better things. Why wouldn't I want that? I don't want to stifle creativity and growth. So yes, please, bring me more. And with that being said, I'm just going to stop right here so I don't keep rambling on more and more. Yeah, what do you guys think of episode 1? Comment down below. I really want to know. Start discussions down there. Where do you think it's going to go? Did you like it or did you not? I don't think I met a single person that watched it that didn't like it. You know, I've actually had a few people that actually got their friends to watch it in general, and they didn't even realize it was a card game anime essentially until the card game stuff came up, and they very much enjoyed it. And I think that's what it should be. Vanguard is at its best when it's a character drama, with Vanguard being a vehicle. And I think that's why Season 1 works so well compared to everything else. And even Link Joker, even though it went for more of the shonen style, it still very much tried to be a character drama. And while G also tried it, it flip-flopped between succeeding and failing so much that it kind of became a little muddy overall. I think that's why a lot of people only really like Season 1 overall to be the best season. That's just because it's the only one that really got the idea of using character drama as the base for the story and using Vanguard as a vehicle to drive the character drama forward. And I'm really hoping this does the same. It looks like it's going to. And here I am continuing past the supposed outro. So let me stop now. And so with that being said, keep playing the games you want to play, and as always, have fun.